Hello, how's it going? I'm Newts, the founder of Bulldog eSports. This is the first episode in the series that I said I was going to bring about running an org. As I said in the last video, my nephew has just started his own org and he had some questions that he wanted answered. And throughout the few years that we've been doing this, I've had a load of people messaging me, asking questions, and a lot of them are the same sort of questions. And you see a lot of orgs in the time that we've been here come and go for various reasons. And you can learn not also a lot from yourself, but you can learn a lot from the mistakes you've heard other people make. So hopefully in this series I can cover some of those things and I can make some more people successful or limited success within the community, and hopefully that makes for a stronger community. If we've got better org owners, then that should hopefully mean we've got better teams, the people under you develop more, and again hopefully it's good for the scene, and that's what we all want basically at the end of the day. So that's why I'm doing this. These are going to be like chapters. It's not going to be like 30-minute long videos that you're going to get bored with. I'm going to try to aim for about 10 minutes each video, maybe a little bit longer or a little bit less, depending on what the subject is. And then that way, I'll have them down the side of the YouTube and you can just flick on whatever one you want to do. If you forget something from one of them, you want to go back to it, it's easier than having to click through a massively long video. With that in mind, if you want to see the following episodes, make sure you subscribe so it pops up. I normally don't say that, but it might be relevant for this. Also, we're open to questions, so if there's anything you want to ask that you think I may not cover, or you want to make sure that I do cover, just pop the question down below and we'll get it covered. It's not a problem. Like I said, this is as much for everyone out there as it is for my nephew to be able to watch or someone else. So right, with that said, what you need to do is, before you even start all this, you need to think why you're doing it. We done it because we were playing pubs. This is quite random. Someone said to me that owned another pub organisation that I couldn't recreate what they done. They basically, I ain't going to say the team, but they had a competitive team in America. So they said that I couldn't recreate that. So because it annoyed me the way they said it, we did. And we sent a team, we got an American team, went to Orlando, UMG Orlando it was, I think it was. And we outplaced them, and it was literally done out of spite for someone. But because I wouldn't do it half-assed, we made sure we had an half-decent logo and all that stuff at the side. We were a little bit older, we understood the importance of branding and that. So that's how we started. I'm not suggesting you start for that reason. Try to have a good reason. Reason after that developed into helping people, helping the community to see the community grow, because that's what we knew was important for esports. And I've said this a few times in videos, it's something that we can achieve. If you just want to be the best, you're going to find that you wake up every day disappointed that you're not the best, and that'll make you quit probably. Or you'll sit there getting jealous of what other organisations are doing because you think, right, my aim is to have X amount of followers by this time. And if you haven't got it and you see someone else doing better, you start to hate on them, and there's no need. Don't chase things like that. It's in the long run, it ain't that important. If you have decent goals. So like I said, ours is to help people. And that's something you can do, and as long as you're doing it, that's fine. We'll keep trundling along the way we are because we can, and if we get to the top, then fine, that's great. If we don't, we've still achieved our goal. Everyone would like to be at the top. I'm not saying we don't want it, but if we don't and we're still doing what we're doing, I know that we're happy, you know what I mean, and people around us are happy. So make sure you've got a good reason for doing this, because one, it isn't all sunshine and rainbows, you know what I mean. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it. A lot of people are relying on you, depending on you. You'll see a lot of organisations that come into this, promise the world and don't deliver, and then they leave the players at the last minute with no organisations and have to back out. And then that's really you ruined. Like, in my opinion, the first time you can't deliver what you promise someone, that's it. Like, just give up. You shouldn't do that. Like, it's just wrong. And everyone, you can't be trusted. And no one can trust you. Everyone knows that you just talk rubbish. In this series, I promised that myself that I weren't going to badmouth organisations, because there's some that I think are terrible. And there's one that was still going, and it's well known for never delivering. Like, it pretends it's got all these people behind it, and it never delivers. And people still like, oh, we're going to get sent under this, and it never. I don't think they've ever been to an event I've been at. So yeah, don't become that. Another thing, don't think that you're going to make an org and you're going to be the most professionally run org ever made and you're going to get sponsors, Because believe me, every org, well, 9 times out of 10, most of the orgs think they're going to be the most professionally run org that's ever been made, and they're going to do something different, and they don't get no sponsors, and they spend hundreds of pounds sending the team to an event once because they think that's going to bring in the sponsors, and then they realise it's not, and then they close down. Save yourself the money and just don't do it if you think that's it. If you've got no other vision apart from, right, we're going to get sponsors and they're going to do this, then don't bother, because it's not going to happen. We're going to talk about sponsors in a later bit, so I'm not going to go over it too much now. But just trust me, as soon as you make it, they're not going to be falling over themselves to give you money. It isn't going to be happening. I need that. So the next thing to think about is you've got your reason for doing it. You realise you're not going to get gifted money. The next thing you need to do is try to think of your name. The only person that needs to like your name is you, right? At the end of the day, because you're the one living with it. But try not to be another Spartan, Roman warrior, because you like phase, don't call yourself Taze and use their F without the line on, you know what I mean? So it looks like a T, stuff like that. We just don't need, especially dragons, we don't need no more dragons. There's enough dragons in this community, enough wolves, like I said, Spartan helmets, wolves, Spartans in general, things like that. There's just loads of them, right? So don't do it. Try to be something original. I'll say when someone's the name Late Night Pillar Fights, right? He doesn't take his all seriously, probably as much as he could, but I think it's a genius name. No one else has got it. There's nothing else that's like it. It's fun. It's playful. He's got a nice little logo that goes with it. That is an example of a good, strong name. And so think of something like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be one word that you think is going to be really catchy. Oh, look at us, we've got this edge. It doesn't need to be. Try to get something that people are going to remember you by. You don't want to be the same. You don't want, when you end up getting a logo, people look at it and it looks the same as all the others. You want to be able to stand out. So when someone sees it, they know that's your organisation. There's no one else like it. So you don't want a name that's going to lead to like a logo that looks like someone else's, if you can help it. So like I said, stay away from dragons, wolves, stuff like that. Spartan helmets, they really get to me. There's just loads of them. And you know what I mean? There's so many things you can choose. Just have a bit of fun with it, or something like that. I'm going to go into branding and designers and that in another video. So I'm again just brushing over. I don't want to sort of leak into other bits. But with your name, think about it. And as soon as you get it, then sign up for Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything, right? And secure that name you want. Twitter's a good way of checking if anyone else has got it as well, because you need to do that. Don't put your research in. Go out there and look, Google, you know what I mean? And don't just do it in eSports, do it gaming, do this, do that. And try to find something that's sort of unique for yourself. Because it'll definitely help you further down the road. And at least you've got some sort of foundation. And you don't want to pay out to get all this stuff done and then 3 months' time find out there was already someone else called that. Because you will get found out and it will get highlighted. And if they were there first, you will end up getting handed on Twitter until you decide to change it. So take your time now, think about why you're doing this, realise you're not going to get given a load of money, and get yourself a strong name. And then at least, like I said, you've got a strong foundation for what you're going to be doing. That's pretty much it for this one. Like I said, I just wanted to reiterate what we're about, give you the chance to put some questions to me if you want them coming up in the next thing, explain how it's going to be, remind you that you might want to subscribe for this so you get the others. I'm going to try to get this done over 2 weeks. And it's probably about 8 sections, so this is going to be quite intense for me because I don't even normally do videos. But like I said, I'm going to try to get this banged out so I ain't dragging on and I can get it out there and it's hopefully some use to some people. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening to me ramble on. Get your questions down there and I'll have the next video out in a couple of days. Thanks a lot.